It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Politico, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not they off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. lórí Facebook àní ẹ̀sùn làjú lórí YouTube àní ẹ̀sùn làjú bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́ àní ẹ̀sùn làjú ijó ìgbádìyẹ àní ẹ̀sùn làjú pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o àní ẹ̀sùn làjú.
Hello there, brethren. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live, and thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, we have a lot of catch-up to do, but we won't start with a catch-up tonight. After reading the caption of the broadcast, remember, read the description of the broadcast as well. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them to join us. So compliment of the season to all of you in the Temple of Truth tonight. So we are starting from the scuffles between two former bodies who have now become, well, at least political enemies, as they have chosen different kind of like camps right now. In 2022, with Wike, who wanted to be the presidential candidate of the PDP, he got sort of like betrayed, and his next move changed everything for PDP, even up to this moment. First, Wike himself, being a governor at the time, was able to convince, other 4 PDP governors to pit their tent, betray their party, pit their tent with the APC presidential candidate, and that's Tinubu, with whatever they were promised, I don't know, until when Tinubu came to power. Wike became minister, and then Seyi Makinde, Seyi Makinde, decided that they've had enough. Tinubu is a disappointment. It's a total failure. And it doesn't make any sense for anyone with any kind of like a ounce of brain and their score to continue to root for Tinubu. But with Wike disagreed with that. Wike's agenda, now that Seyi Makinde is making us kind of like realize, this is possibly what many people already projected or speculated or already knew. But coming from somebody who was part of the entire scheme plan, indeed could be a little bit, refreshing, because it's always going to come to light anyway, right? So Seyi Makinde, who joined the G-string governors, they were called G5 governors. I call them G-string governors because they were just pure, as useless as, a thing. Anyway, so they had a deal with Kolu. I don't know about the deal. But with Wike, Tinubu had fulfilled even beyond what he pledged to them. So it is better on them, on their own side, to keep to that agreement beyond 2023. Now 2027. Seyi Makinde and others were doing their best to rearrange the party, while Wike kept doing all he could to ensure that the party never actually really stands. PDP. So Seyi Makinde, who is also having a presidential ambition, according to the feelers, he wants to be president. And he feels like he's qualified to be president of Nigeria, not now that Tinubu is running a sectional government. He didn't put it that way, but we'll get to that part. A sectional government, an incompetent government that is taking Nigeria nowhere, a government of no purpose. It won't make any sense for anybody to continue to defend such a government. So these and others are considered as the reasons why the former 2 jolly good fellows, partners in crime, have now become, sworn enemies. But where is this headed? We'll find out. So let's start with Seyi Makinde's presser. He called a media chat like with a Wike. He called one in Ibadan today, where he answered questions about almost everything, including the country, Tinubu and others. But you're not going to hear all of that, right? We're just going to pick out the specifics and deal with that. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember, right, if you haven't really shared this broadcast, please do. It's a reminder, okay? Like it as well, all right? I appreciate you being here, and I hope you do appreciate me being here too, right? So let's get started. Makinde. Oh, hang on. Before I even kind of like delve into it. So Seyi Makinde has made us realize that there was actually a meeting. They had a meeting concerning Tinubu's plot. And Tinubu told him that a lot of other people are already joining him. So meaning Seyi Makinde and others should possibly join. And he said, no, I won't be joining. And then it was like, you've appointed somebody to come and help you organize APC in Oyo State. That is the Minister of Darkness, Benkelemes, right? That he doesn't even have the capacity to be governor or to organize APC in the state. And Tinubu threw it at him straight up and said, no, I'm not expecting Bayo Adelabu to fix APC in Oyo State. I want you, Seyi, to fix APC for me in Oyo State. You know, that kind of a mafia move. You could read it, right? Mafia move. I know you are in PDP, but you are my own now. Like, we work together in 2022. So this time around, I trust you. You will do it for me. That means it doesn't matter if you are like in the PDP. That he rejected that, according to him. But with a Wike pledged to do exactly what we are now witnessing, right? So let's see, you can find kind of like a brief us. Let's start with this.
We are just to support you. However, let me say this. If you've selected the Minister of Power because you want him to help you organize the APC in Oyo State, he doesn't have the capacity. I told the president. He said, no, Seyi, it's you that I want to help me organize APC in Oyo State. I said, no, sir, I can never help you organize APC in Oyo State because I am of the PDP. So, if we have a government of national unity, a government of national competence, we will have been in a very different environment right now. And let me just mention again this issue of Wike. This.
Your friend.
Huh?
Your friend Wike.
My friend Wike. Okay. So this was the exact first contract that Mobile gave to Macon. I was 29. It was $1 million. Within that 1 year, I made $1 million in my pocket. I was 29. 1997. Wike perhaps at that time just left. He just left law school, and then his next job after that was local government chairman. And the trajectory was, I don't beef anybody. But the real issue is that I was in a meeting with the president and Wike. And I'm saying this, in an open chat. The president's chief of staff was also in that meeting, and a few others. And Wike said to the president that, well, sir, I will hold PDP for you, against 2027. I was in shock. So we got up, we got to the veranda. I said, Wike, did we agree to this? I don't like talking about people, and I will not talk about people or talk about events. But I'll talk about the real issue. The real issue is that Wike would like to support the president for 2027. That's fine. It is within his right to do that. but also some of us that want to, you know, ensure that democracy survives in Nigeria. We don't drift into a one-party state, and we want to ensure that PDP survives. It should also allow us to do our own thing. That is just the issue between me and Wike. And I confided in a mutual friend of us after that meeting. And I kept thinking, okay, I mean, the president did not ask him, do this for me. He was the one that volunteered that I will do that. So when I was telling our mutual friend, I said, look, maybe he was talking about an errand that the president never sent him. So let's watch, let's engage him. Let's see if he will back off. But he never did. So after he didn't back off, I said, well, now it's time to confront him. Because I told him from that day that I will never be a part of this. And that is why I will not be supporting the president for 2027. Wike can support him, he's within his right, but also it is within my own right to decide within the political space who I will support or what I will do in 2027.
Your Excellency, now we...
You see, politics here where they go. If we are being kind of like, you know, truthful, politics here where they go. Like, politics is crazy. And Nigerian politics is like even crazier. Do you get what I mean? There is no ideology. No, there's no ideology behind all these political parties. They are just group of opportunists, chancers, who are able to form a group like that as they are, right? And they call themselves political parties. Their political parties in Nigeria is mostly defined by the intention or character of whoever they call their leader at that time. So there's no real ideology. In 2022, 5 PDP governors, after Wike got, you know, beaten at their own party primaries, presidential primaries, he was so enraged, he was mad because, they played in politics. And the party discipline, the party loyalty, the stuff that ordinarily they will tell you we are different from them, all of that didn't matter anymore. What was most important at the time was their interest. And what was their interest? What was the end goal? They premised their own advocacy then on Southern presidency. The Southern Nigeria must produce its next president. They must be the next Southern this or that. Fierce. But within that space, they ignored, all of them ignored the fact that they actually pledged to work against their own political party for a different political party simply because one of them lost presidential, you know, contest or presidential primaries contest. I'm saying this because then it made sense to people like Wike, I mean, Seyi, that for the interest of, but now it's not making sense to him anymore for God knows what. But politics again. Seyi is from the southern part of Nigeria. Tinubu is from southern part of Nigeria. So the argument of southern presidency is no longer tenable. So what would Seyi at this point ask for now that Tinubu is probably already in power, so to say? So what is that thing that missed in between them? You can't really tell. But right now, saving PDP that they couldn't save in 2022, 2023, saving it now. I mean, the same PDP Seyi and others contributed in destroying, because they all did, right? And then it didn't matter. Whatever happened to PDP, it didn't matter. Maybe we'll come back and rebuild it because they believe they had the power. Like, you know what? After this one, we'll come back later. What were they thinking? That Tinubu would then sit back after benefiting from that treasury. Do you get what I mean? That kind of like a betrayal of their own political party. Like, it will now value them more like what? is going to let go and allow PDP to build up again. What were they thinking? This is me just asking myself a rhetorical question anyway. So, Tinubu went to work to ensure that the PDP is completely decimated and possibly buried. But now, five PDP governors at the time, they pledged to deliver their state to Tinubu in return for God knows what. Where Wike did, and then I think Seyi Makinde also did, to ensure. But the others, the three others, Plateau State of Otti, Enugu of Ogwuanyi, Ikpeazu of Abia, they couldn't deliver, of course. Obedience, wave and order swept the land then, right? Now, PDP is so like it has become like a ghost, so to say. And the clash, or I mean, somehow they are still actually believing or expecting that Tinubu should ease up his stranglehold on opposition parties so that they could function. The same thing, the same destruction they actually pretty much like facilitated. So here is Seyi Makinde asking Tinubu to call his minister to order. Which one? The one that signed 8 years contracts of ensuring that if PDP survive that 8 years, that means they can't die because they won't survive it. But yeah, not without a fight too, because yeah, Makinde and others feels like they will still fight, but is the fight even legitimate anymore?
You know what is going on, because you yourself mentioned it that you know, the country is fast moving towards a one-party state. Does PDP have any chance?
Well, the president has the power to call his minister to order. He said, look, allow democracy to survive in Nigeria. And by the way PDP is today, there is no faction in PDP. We held a convention here in Ibadan. We gave adequate notice to INEC, which is all that we're required to do under the law. So, it may take INEC some time if they choose, you know, to behave like the ostrich, you know, bury their head and the whole of their body is outside. And the current INEC chairman, the job is even very difficult to start with. Now to add all of these things that they're not supposed to add. They basically, this meeting that you said they called the two factions together, they played our people. They invited them and said, we want to engage with the leadership of PDP. And then they got there and found out that they called the Anyanwu and Co. I said, that's even silly to start with. I mean, pardon my language. Sometimes when I get upset, I can speak off. No. So let me finish with Shina. So, why did they not call Damagun? Maybe it was Anyanwu that was the secretary when Damagun was there. Yes. And the notice that went to INEC was a notice signed by both Damagun and Anyanwu. I wanted to basically, you know, ask that they expel Anyanwu at her neck. But people, you know, leaders came and said, look, let us not do that. Let's get the two of them together, you know, and all of that. So the Supreme Court already said whoever is your secretary is the internal affair of the party. There's a Supreme Court judgment on SDP how many days ago saying exactly the same thing. So we had a proper convention here, and Wike and the rest of those people were expelled, and they've been expelled. Even if the court says, look, the convention is not valid, which I don't think is possible, because up to the Supreme Court already said, look, internal affairs of the party is internal affairs of the party. So they can only delay.
So the wala is not ending anytime soon. So before this program, there's this news report that INEC said they won't recognize Turaki. That is the convention that Seyi Makinde is talking about. The one they had in Ibadan last month. Yeah, INEC said they won't, and they are relying on a court order that said there shouldn't be that convention, the blah, the blah. So the wala continues. So what about his own ambition? He wanted to be president himself. Is that still a reality, or it is just an imagination of his? Here is his answer.
Produce Baba Falai and Shinkafi, and the environment became instantly competitive. So I'm not fixated on running or not running.
But if the PDP is right and
Right now, if I correctly calibrate the environment, we have to go beyond its PDP. We have to channel our energy towards having a competitive political environment.
Okay.
And that means we need to talk across board. We need to start talking about survival of democracy in Nigeria. Individual ambition, it's tertiary, not even secondary. It's, we should keep talking, even with people within APC that are not happy in there. We will talk to them also. We should all keep talking on, because we run the risk of the Arab Spring. You have people without leadership. A shoemaker will be made a leader for them, and they will show us. In fact, people should write it down. What Nigerian people will show politicians and elites in 2027, we cannot imagine it right now. And when they say governors have defected and all of that, what of hunger? Where is hunger? And anger in the land, has it defected? So,
okay, Governor.
Sorry,
before
Dr. Let me
we
tell,
take a short break.
Let me tell Kayode. You see?
So his question is that as hunger and anger in the land, have they also defected? Have they come to APC? Possibly. It will shock you. Say, with these APC rogues and criminals and the level at which they have institutionalized this poverty thinking, right? To weaponize it, rather, weaponizing poverty. You will be shocked that the anger has a price. It's sad, but it's just that he is also right. They're not stupid. They do know that there is going to be a day that all hell will be let loose. And some of them will be caught in the whole chaos that will ensue. They probably imagine it's them, like talk about it themselves. And they've been making provisions to escape any of such or getting caught in such a chaos they've created in that country. Fake propaganda and the rest of that they are pushing, they are not enough. There's this say somebody actually is Frank Dunga. You remember Frank Dunga? Don't worry, you don't have to, right? Frank Dunga is this comedian, like in Nigeria, and then he relocated to Canada. He lives in Canada now. Works with the Canadian, it's one of these Canadian county governments in Canada. He did say that a propagandized Nigeria, right, is so tiring and so boring. If you come to think of it, he said, propaganda is a waste of time. Dunga said, propaganda is a waste of time. if your economy is good, people will feel it. You don't understand? You will feel it. If police is your friend, you will see it. If the judiciary is incorruptible, it will show. You don't need campaign. You don't need fancy words. You don't need to convince anybody. It will show. If your leaders are good, you will know. And finally, he said everyone will know, right? He said everyone will know. Therefore, sycophancy is not patriotism. You know what Nigerians does? Sycophants, hypocrites. Because they would rather want you to pretend. You know what the Yoruba called hiding the your injured hand under the cloth, okay, and hoping that that's it. You know, it's fine. You know, nobody's seeing it anyway. I'm just keeping the pain inside. That should be enough. You know, like lying, propaganda instead. This you call that patriotism. People were complaining about the killings in Nigeria, right? These mofos are now trying to blame them for the visa restriction on Nigeria. They are actually hoping that people will just keep quiet about the killings, as it's been going on for years, right? That let's just keep quiet and pray, hoping that the rest of the world actually knows nothing about what is going on in that contraption, because they've been so propagandized enough that they called it patriotism by pretending that everything is not that bad. No, it's not that bad. It's just that, you know, we should be saying good thing about our country. So propaganda is not, what do you call it? It is not progress. Lies, falsification of figures and the rest of it, they are not progress, okay? Because sooner or later, the reality will set in. And by then, the certain is that the lives are going to be involved. Lababs, Mary, happy compliment of the season to you and to Olori. I hope she's there, right? And then a just reason. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, okay? But let's go to something again. The issue of insecurity. Well, it's not new, right? What seems to want to sound like new is the repeated promises and also the expected, ignorance of the people to keep covering these broken promises. Every now and then they'll tell you, I remember very well under Bokuwari. I don't know if you do remember. Bokuwari once prescribed he didn't prescribe them. It was just like a promise to say, they called them terrorists. They said the bandits, Boko Haram, every violent this and that will now be classified as a terrorist act. So if you are caught kidnapping people or, killing and all of that stuff, so you get it's going to be act of terrorism. Only for the same people who promised to go after terrorists killing people to start forcing us to celebrate the rehabilitation and the graduation of repentant terrorists. Remember? So that was a joke. Now, Tinubu and his gang have said that now. Again, they've said that they are changing their tactics, they are changing their fight against the terror, they are no longer going to be merciful. All lies. I promise you that, by the way, right? However, let it be on record that now they are making a pledge that I can't allow you to actually believe, but at least you're going to hear it among many of those lies. Tinubu's Minister of Misinformation was addressing the press 2 days ago, and then he was talking about their new their new resolution to ensure that all those who goes, that's how he said, all those who goes into our schools to kidnap our children and all of that will no longer tolerate that. If you do it now, you're going to be charged for terrorism. And this was after they claimed to have secured the release of 130 St. Mary's School, Catholic school in Papiri in Niger State. Yeah, they said they got them out yesterday. No arrest, no other report. The terrorists, smiled to the bank. I remember that Rebadom actually said the children were fine, but that's the arrangements. Now they are saying if school children are kidnapped now, they will treat it as terrorism. I think I heard him right. Something like that. It's actually more ridiculous. So I've got more. But here, Tinubu's Minister of Misinformation.
Most internationally wanted criminals, the ISWAP head residing in Nigeria, has been captured through the coordination of all the security agencies and those also in the intelligence community. Don't forget that Abu Bara was captured a few months ago, and he was also presented to the public by the National Security Advisor and other security chiefs. Now, this is one of the most wanted terrorists on the African continent, and he was captured through the coordination of our security forces. Remember also, this was someone who had a large sum of money put on his head by even the Americans to capture him and bring him to justice. As we speak today, this gentleman, together with his chief of staff, are having their day in court, and they are going to get justice that befits them. Let me clear about what this means. That henceforth, any armed group that kidnaps our children, that attacks our farmers, that terrorizes our communities, is officially classified and will be dealt with as a terrorist organization, any individual or any group. This is the declaration that Mr. President has made. Now, the era of ambiguous nomenclature is over. If you terrorize our people, whether you are a group or you are an individual, you are a terrorist and you'll be classified as such. There is no any name hiding under this again. Most international.
Not on your but Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram and the rest of them possibly left the room. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they did. So, well, henceforth, if you kidnap our school children, if you tax our farmers, you know why that is a joke? In Nigeria today, they have hundreds of towns, villages that have become ungoverned areas. Do you know that? Of course you should. You know that, right? Ungoverned areas are areas where the Nigerian government, when I say government, you know what that government means, right? The police, the military general, the military, the DSS, the security agents and the rest of them, they have abandoned those areas. They no longer go there at all. And how about the people living in those areas? Those who have not escaped to one refugee camp elsewhere, far away from their homes, right? Those who are too old to go anywhere, they remained as slaves. Yeah, slaves to these terrorists. I mean, they are actually paying taxes. You understand that, right? Like there is evidence of that everywhere. Terrorists are issuing tax receipts to these Nigerians trapped in these areas called ungoverned areas. Nobody even they go there at all. Inside Nigeria, under this APC, so those are the areas that they should start liberating, don't you think? I mean, they go to those areas, liberate those people, ensure that they no longer pay taxes to these terrorists. Right? 22 different terror groups with the combination fight force, what do you call it? Terrorist force fighting soldiers. That is over 100,000 are operating in northern part of Nigeria. It's not real, it's no joke. The same criminals here in government have told us the reason why they couldn't really go after these terrorists because civilians they've mixed with the civilians. What they are telling you is that those areas, right, they are making you believe that those people willingly, voluntarily welcome the terrorists into their communities and paying taxes to them. That's the impression they give you. That is the impression. These terrorists are, they, you know, the civilians are working with them. They are all together. We cannot just go there and there. No, those are the ungoverned areas. They have no intention of going there. They don't. Because they know more. They have all the intel. They do. There is one clown. They said he works in the office of Badom. He said, well, the insecurity in Nigeria got worsened because of the POS operators. I don't know how to put this to.
Another problem we're having is all these POS operators and so on. You see that transfer has been made by terrorists, by a victim to a terrorist. He will provide account number. You find that it's a POS operator. The people, kidnappers will give a POS operator's number. You transfer the money to the POS operator. Then they will go and pick up the money for the POS operators. So we are working on it. We are doing our best and we will not relent. Another problem we're having.
Yeah, POS operators. Oh, there is another one. People are actually kidnapping themselves for ransom too. This is coming from the Office of the National Security Advisor, briefing the press about our discovery about insecurity. Would you believe it that some Nigerians are kidnapping themselves for ransom? Oh, really? Yeah, you said this kidnapping. So, really? How many of such numbers, if you probably have your data all together, can you give us a number? If you have over 100 kidnapping cases across the country, almost every day, yeah, it's that bad. It is that bad. 100. How many of those victims kidnapped themselves? Security advisor.
We're talking about the population informing the kidnappers. When we are even having situations whereby people arrange with themselves to kidnap themselves to collect ransom from their families. You understand? I've seen situations whereby a boy arranged with his friends to kidnap him so that his father can pay the ransom. Some will even arrange them themselves. There's their AI tools where you can change your voice. You say you've been kidnapped, ask for the ransom, you pay yourself, and then you reappear. So I think there's a need for us to resuscitize the population.
Chengbo. It is like, who should I pick? It's like at the head of FBI, for example, that is working on clamping down on terrorists who are kidnapping Americans. And it's already a pandemic, a problem, like Nigeria. And then the head of FBI sit before you and started telling you about, I've seen a situation whereby some people will be asking you for detail. You are talking about a country here. We are not talking about county. Do you know what a county is? It's even lesser than your local government. Like a small town. That's how these people actually see that country. Here you get. These are short-sighted, small-minded people who, out of nepotism or what have you, or are now occupying important public institutions. Oh, I know about 3 people who kidnapped themselves. How is that a national convo? As statistics of what are you driving at? That the case of kidnapping, mass kidnappings, killings, ransacking of villages, they are exaggerated because some of these things are done by people themselves. To what end? Like a government of a country wants to give you security report about terrorism and the killings. And they are now going into intangentials, what they call them. Oh, he went on to remind us, like they told us for the past 10 years, of how the death of Gaddafi is the reason why Nigeria is facing an insecurity. Oh, yeah, they are back with a new one. Coups around West Africa is the one that's creating insecurity. From the Office of National Security Advisor to the President of Nigeria. Let it finish.
Now, when you look at terrorism, it's not just the withdrawal of states from the Niger withdrew. We're looking at the whole Sahel with the issue in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, and with the porous borders we have. It will be it is a hard task for the security forces. We have these countries facing these threats, and we think we'll see peace. Even if Nigeria, you must have noticed that towards the end of 2023, the security situation was improving. But immediately after the coups in these countries, that's when the situation began to get worse. Because these terrorist groups have connection across the Sahel. Now, when you look at
oh, Nigeria, I don't know, Pastor Deboye.
Years ago, this man, I was invited to Colorado in America in January. I don't like cold weather at all. So I said to my father, I'm going to Colorado. While I am there, suspend winter. Throughout the days I was there, people were wearing t-shirts. What? In January. He pushed away the winter, brought in summer. I boarded the plane. Continue. At 5 p.m. to travel back to Nigeria. 2 hours after I left, all the snow that had been hanging in the air began to fall. Yeah! Yes.
From Nigeria. So these are the kind of characters you get now that you will find, like, you find these characters in almost everywhere. You get, and there are those that would take up arms to defend them and tell you that what do you know? As you have these rogues in religion, you have these rogues in politics, you have these rogues in business, you have all of them. You even have them as traditional rulers too. That's part of the reason why you have to tell yourself that Nigeria will need chance with these guys. Nigeria stands no chance. But yeah, until you know, and I actually don't really wish that on anybody. You get me now? Because when you see videos like this, it reminds you that there are those who have, there are institutions who have the resources to stop something like this from happening. But because these institutions are occupied by, lunatics like that, who can make up stories that is backed with no real fact or data, that they can say, we generated this data, we're working with it. Just the same talk you and I say all the time. Then in that same breath, though, you will see them promising, you will see them praising themselves that they have done so well. After telling you, pointing fingers on why they have not done well, why people are being killed, why terrorism in Nigeria is rising, why this, the blah, right? In that same breath, they will be praising themselves to have done a great job. But I do not really wish this on you or anybody. Nigerians continue to be the victims. And as they say, Chinua Achebe, he said, not verbatim, okay? He said, when you carry somebody else's corpse, they feel like you are carrying a log of wood until you carry the corpse of somebody you love, your loved ones. Then you will see how heavy it can become to carry it as a burden. People are being killed, and these guys are funding the, what do you call it? They are funding their social media bandits, Facebook herdsmen, to continue to deny the killings, reclassify it. All for what? Because they are not victims, direct victims yet, yeah? This was in Plateau State. It got to a point where they said these people were burying empty coffins as part of the agenda to deny these killings. Porous border, sponsored terror, terrorist enablers within government, terrorist enabler within the country, unpatriotic criminals who are, cosplaying like they actually cared about the country when they don't, What do you say that I say? Viewers' discretion is advised. Some of you may find this next clip a little bit disturbing. It's a short clip, so don't worry, right? They accuse the victims of terrorism in Nigeria, where especially the victims, the Christians, right, being genocided by these Islamic terrorists, right? They said, no, they are just trying to get the attention. They are looking for money. There's no Christian killings. There's no genocide, this or that. Oh, these guys are just acting movies. In fact, guess what? They were burying empty coffins. People said that. Yeah. In order to deny these killings, because agreeing to these killings is going to actually indict your government. It's going to indict your politicians. It's going to indict your Islamic hate preachers, right? It's going to indict those things you know. And now, of course, you believe that it's going to come and indict Islam, something you don't want at all. Therefore, they doubled down, denied, until they had to show us this video.
Anyone that you open all. This is what the world is saying. The world is saying through Sheikh Fumi that we are burying empty cups. But these people, they are gone. It's not our tradition to open cups, but we have to do it to show the world, to show the fact that this is what is happening. In Jesus' name. Close it.
Those were the 12 victims killed, in Plateau State, about a week ago. And then their burial followed afterward. It is very bad. And I don't think short clips and, short videos and even long videos can do justice to how horrible it is for these communities that have, they keep coming under constant attacks and tax invasion and the rest of that same story again and again and again. And they keep crying for help. Something that gets more people madder. Like, people are not mad that people are being killed. They are mad that the victims, the survivors, continues to cry for help. They continue to scream and ask the world to come to their aid and do something to stop this murderous terrorist. But to the politicians, it's always politics. In Kogi State, where they have also fallen so much into the hands of these invaders, these marauders, their governor was talking to his, his supporters, I think, yesterday. the Olodo of Kogi. She.
Let me especially and profoundly recognize and appreciate the leader of my own cabal. I was a member of cabal, but our own cabal could not perform the way these parents cabal are working. If every cabal can work like this, I think we should better have multiple cabal, as many as we can. I was a cabal, sir, the chief imam. I was a member of cabal during my boss, my principal. But our own cabal could not perform at all. But this very cabal, they are performing. And I'm proud to tell you that I have cabal. One of the achievements of having cabal is what we are about to commission here. The leader of my own cabal, approved by His Excellency Alhaji Bello, Hajiya Dr. Habiba Tijani Aliu, FCMA, the Accountant General of our district. Auditor General is a member of this cabal. The party chairman is a member of this cabal. SA Protocol is a member of this cabal. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftancy Affairs is a critical member of this cabal. How I wish my own cabal then could perform even 1%. So those of you that are calling me, calling my wife, calling my mother, calling Bello, that Ododo has cabal, my cabal is a working cabal.
And I hope they can keep you safe. I hope his cabal can keep you safe enough in Kogi. Do you get me now? With Tinubu's protection, if there is anything like that. In Rivers State, they are celebrating the capture of Rivers State. It's kind of like a twist game. Where a Wike's plot, from my own understanding, right, is that he is not to join APC. It's to stay in PDP and, keep it that way, hold it for Tinubu, as Makinde said, right? But his foot soldiers, his lieutenants, are already like jumping ship, not just in Rivers State, all over the place, courtesy of Wike, who are, working behind the scene to ensure of that. So in Rivers State, while it seemed that, they supposed buried, grievances between them, Wike, Fubara, and others, seem to have started rearing his head again. And in a game of a twist, Fubara joined APC. And he joined APC through the invitation of Tinubu. He met with Kolu. They met with Wike. He met with Kolu. After that, he said he's going to APC. Within that space, he seemed to have bought himself a lifeline that is now sort of like widening enough to take Wike off his case. I'll tell you what I mean by that, okay? Presently, the Tinubu's kind of like cabal, foot soldiers, right? They are working more on Fubara than Wike. So they are already projecting Fubara for second term. Here is their supposed party secretary in Rivers State. Then Rebadon was there too, on the cover of meeting the Ogoni people. But here.
And by the entrance of Governor Fubara to the APC, the South-South geopolitical zone made a first. That is the first zone that asks all APC governors in the zone. So I congratulate our governor, I congratulate our party, because when the governor is doing well, it's symbol that our party is doing well. But the only way you can compensate the governor compensate our party, people of Rivers State, is to continue to vote for our party, the APC, in all elections. APC, APC, and I know that in the fullness of time, in the general election coming, the vote for our party, the vote for our governor, the vote for our president will be very massive in the state. Today, we have a president that is a destabilized Nigeria, a president that derobed himself of sentiment when it comes to addressing national issues. Even those who have not joined us in the APC, Mr. President maintain equity, fairness, and justice to all the subnationals. And what has happened in Nigeria today is that we have a president that wants Nigeria to develop. I was impressed for the fact that even today, Mr. Governor of Rivers State had to address a very important issue that will have a spectacular improvement on the revenue of the country, and that is the Ogoni question, addressing the need for oil exploration to resume back in Ogoni land. It will help our country and also help Rivers State. Today, anybody that is standing aloof and has not joined the APC, maybe they are bidding their time. We are very sure that in the fullness of time, all the timber and caliber, all Iroko of political relevance in Nigeria will join my party, your party, the party of the governor of Rivers State, All Progressive Congress. I want to assure you that the party will create a level playing ground for everybody. Just as our leader, President Tinubu, said during the last NEC meeting, which all of us attended, we must create room for all of us to be accommodated. Even if you have a large room and your neighbor is staying outside, try to create a small space within that room. So it's a party that believes in tolerance, a party that believes in equity, and a party that believes in the wisdom of leadership to grant, to allow all of us to prosper under the broom which symbolizes unity, and of course, which will bring progress to our country. The project.
So the bottom line there is that it is not with a Wike that we decide if Fubara will go for second term or not anymore. Yeah, no, it's not him. But with a Wike, we not have any real control over how they want to arrange Rivers State election for Tinubu and Fubara. He's got no control over it. He's got a say, obviously, right? He's got a say, but he's got no control. So all those flex over Fubara in the last 2 years seemed to have now ended. So the only oracle that Fubara serves now is Tinubu. And politically, it simply means Wike can no longer touch him in that sense, because if Wike should start any wahala that is going to destabilize Fubara, it simply means the chance of Tinubu in Rivers will become slimmer. I don't know if he has any chance. So I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, it becomes slimmer, and I don't think Tinubu wants that. Without election, he's managed to convert almost the entire, converted the entire South Niger Delta to APC, just like that. So he wouldn't want Wike to, I don't think so. Wike.
I didn't come from the same background with Rotimi Amechi. I didn't
were you rich before?
Not to me rich. I didn't come. As a student, I was in a Mercedes Benz. As a student, I was in a Mercedes Benz. My father was a general manager of so many companies. So you came from a rich background. I will not say too rich for the Dangotes. But I think I had a small background. Yes. Yes. But Mr. Amechi challenge. I didn't come from.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take India.
So now, there's so much to look forward to in their politics in the coming days, weeks, and months. Why is Seyi Tinubu interested in Rivers State? Is it just for politics? No. It's just good that these ones have played into his hands and he will use them to the fullest. And as for the fools, they'll get some crumbs too. Ogoni, they stopped oil extraction on Ogoni land for decades now. You get me now? Obasanjo attempted to kind of like break it, didn't succeed. Because it was because of this Ogoni that Ken Saro-Wiwa got hanged by Abacha. So it's got this long history of that before the Niger Delta militancy of 2003 to 2007 or 2008 came by, right? There's been so much agitation. So what did Tinubu do? God or the Ogoni leaders, come. I heard that because of Ogoni cleanup, which has been your bane of this and that all these years, that you wanted Ogoni land to be cleaned of all this oil spillage and all of that stuff before you allow any oil exploration. Listen, we can't do that. We need to start oil exploration. Here is your deal. As a mafia himself, he made them deals that no single protest happened. Right now, they are the final stage of opening up Ogoni land for different oil exploration. And of course, you know those who are going to take it. So yeah, they send a Badong to go and tell them that they've been nice. Tinubu has been nice to all of you. He's given all your chiefs money. He's promised this, he's promised contract, he's given appointment and the rest of that. So this is a good thing. Everybody should be happy that Rivers State is now APC. You are seeing party. They are seeing billions of dollars that they will exploit from that place. Don't take my word for it. Sorry, don't take my word for it.
Much of our armed forces are here, those who have met here, senior officers, a couple of federal government officials who are here to thank you. Thank you for the cooperation. Thank you for working together as one to address some of the challenges and difficulties all of us inherited. And we have worked as one. And particularly we are here because of the Ogoni part of Nigeria. And we did an incredibly good work together as one. And we are here to demonstrate that, to identify with the people of, and once again to thank them on behalf of Nigeria. We are happy today. Rivers State is probably one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. Things have changed. And Your Excellency, you are entitled to claim it, that you are responsible, you are part of it. It's based on... And the good people of Ogoni, leaders, quality human beings, we've had this amazing opportunity and to work with them. And I can tell you they are good people. They are first class. And we have seen, progress, development, and a massive promise for Nigeria and our future. Ogoni is looking like the turning point for Nigeria today. A new chapter is being opened. Nigeria will not be again what it used to be. Things are changing, and it is starting with Ogoni land. I'm here with the Minister of Works. He was properly introduced. He will have opportunity to say one or two words as well. Also the Minister of Environment, and indeed the Chief Executive Officer of NMPC. They are here. They might probably have one or two was to say. But my own simple, I have delivered the message of President. He said, I should thank you, Your Excellency. He is very happy with you. And we are happy with you. He said, I should also thank the people of Ogoni land for the cooperation, for understanding, and for giving him chance for him to achieve a problem of 2 or 3 decades. Somehow now is turning to be a massive opportunity for Nigeria. He said, I should thank you, you leaders of Ogoni land. Thank you so much for it.
Let me save you, because he actually spoke for about 5 minutes. He's just repeating the same nonsense. You know what if nobody did? He sent Ribadumb, Devolumai, and a couple of others. Minister of Environment. That one where they say you don't even know who that one is. Do you know your Minister of Environment? You. Raise up your hand if you know your Minister of Environment. I don't know him. Without using Google. So they sent them, right? Like I told you, the intention is to deceive the people of Ogoni land again. 5 years ago, a pastor, Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Aburi Babaoja, you know what I'm talking about? That special advisor to Bokuwari on the condolences matters, burial arrangements, and trader money. Oshibade, that's Oshibaju. He was in the same Ogoni land, right? To flag off the cleanup of Ogoni land, where, according to them, Bokwari approved $2 billion for the Ogoni cleanup. Because in Ogoni land, take a look at that sand. Yeah, look at that soil, the sand there, right? Now that is 95% of all the lands that surrounds Ogoni in River State. You see that soil that you're watching on your screen, right? It's contaminated by crude oil spillage. Are you with me? Decades of oil exploration in River State, in this part of River State. Their soil is like this. They can't grow food. They can't farm. Are you with me? Oshibaju was there 5 years ago as the Vice President of Nigeria. Prior to that, Oshibaju was in Dubai to talk about this issue of a climate change, environment, the blah, the blah, the blah. And Ogoni cleanup came up. $2 billion, according to them, was approved. So that what they wanted to do in Ogoni land, that is called Ogoni cleanup, is a massive earth-moving project. $2 billion cannot clean Ogoni land. But politicians, yeah, they had to put up something to pretend that they want to do something. Because remember, all of this was to entice the people in that area, to allow them to start taking their crude oil again. And the decades of crude oil exploration in that land is what you are witnessing. So you see all these guys wearing orange jumpsuit, orange suit, they were taken there by Bokwari and Pastor Ruga. It was a big celebration. The Ogoni cleanup means they would dig that soil. They would dig all the soil until they get to the better part, right? Then they will go elsewhere and then lift clean soil and begin to fill all these places that they are digging. That's the cleanup. The cleanup is that they will dig all this soil, pack all of them as contaminated as they are, right? They are toxic. They will pack all this and take them somewhere else and dump them. I don't know what's that plan. So their water is contaminated. They can't fish. If you go to their river or their water and you kind of like scoop a bowl of water, you can visibly see the flashes of what you call it, oil on that water. It is so obvious. You can't drink it. They can't dig a borehole because, number one, they can't even dig boreholes like that. Because if they dig too much, they're going to meet crude oil. So this place, politicians have been using them to steal from Nigeria, right? With no end result. It was highly celebrated. They brought contractors. Look at them. Ogoni people probably felt like, oh yeah, finally, they're going to do this now. They're going to fix it. See? This is how it was meant to be. Oh. They did this demo. It's called demonstration. Ask people from Ogoni land, when was the last time they saw these people? When was the last time they saw these people? After 2020, when they went to their land, when was the last time they saw them? They disappeared like they were never there, like they never came. Boom. By the end of the day, well, $200 million from that first phase. They didn't spend $2 billion. They left the people almost like with dashed hope. So you see what Tinubu is doing 5 years later. Minister of Environment, to come and look at the environment. Minister of Works, to come and construct road for them. Promise them that they're going to construct the road that connects, you know, they'll promise them that. National Security Advisor, assuring them that, listen, we are in control of this place. Here you get. And with me present means the soldiers, the military, the rest of them are, you know, and I'm bringing you message of Mr. President. His message is that as long as you people remain cooperative, okay, we're going to take care of you. We'll do your road. What about the soil? What about the Ogoni cleanup? Because that's what actually really matters to these people. I mean, seriously. Yeah, they need development and all that, right? I'm talking about people who can't really farm on their own lands. They can't use they can't fish. Like they can't actually fish in their own water. It is that bad. People died to stop oil exploration in that Ogoni land. They actually stopped it. People died. Nigeria used all the whatever. Last, Nigeria gave up. Because these criminals had no plan. They have no plan of actually fixing the problem. Rather to exploit it. So to Kalu, he's going to get achievement because he's going to allocate oil rigs in Ogoni land and they're going to start oil exploration. You see these problems, like all those before him, okay? Yeah, it's going to end as it starts anyway, but like all those before him, they are going to do everything to suppress those, what do you call them again? Those opposing views. So right now, they are bribing those they could bribe. They called leaders, this and that. And yeah, they can go back and get the oil. And everybody can go back to their tough life. Talking about tough lives. Things are tough. Not just in Nigeria, it's everywhere. It's just that of Nigeria can be a bit extra. You know? People were traveling home. Some of them, shockingly, we're seeing Nigeria in that context for the first time. Almost all over, almost the major highways all over the country remain blocked for more than 24 hours, 48 hours, where people have actually stayed on the road for and this is not because so many people are traveling. No, it's not just that. It has sort of like a help to further expose the state of infrastructure, road infrastructures in the country. Some will look at it and say, well, that's not new. I know about this road. And like typical Nigerians, they will rather want to cope. Cope is when you see some people will tell you that, if I'm traveling I would have traveled since 1 week ago. I don't wait till all this time because that's a typical Nigerian. Okay? It is not the, it is not the state of abject dilapidation that supposed infrastructures, the same infrastructures that you read you read in the papers that they fixed this one, 5 billion, 700 billion, billion, and all of that. And then you ended up getting trapped in a place. And this is Nigeria. That's why I'm going to show you the video. You probably have seen it. But you haven't seen it on Mayegun's Diary Political, right? So it's called the Lokoja Abuja Road, I think. It's called.
You don't go.
Corona don't go.
That can't go, I swear.
Oh yeah, Highlander.
Oh yeah, move. Oh yeah. Everybody, and then move back to cycle. Oh, this one too long go. People don't move. Now share be that so I think I don't.
George, 406, Roadmaster. If Roadmaster
don't move now, I bet. No stop.
Roadmaster now.
I'm just cover am. What be this?
If somebody pass the way,
Roadmaster no go struggle now.
I beg. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. This one they come back inside, Nine. Wait till this car they come inside here, come they do now.
This one don't go.
This one don't go. This one come they try enter here.
Motor suppose empty.
For them.
Let's go.
So now
we go trek like this.
Them time they know say whether tire or not, they got we try. You say that is mine. It's mine. Just confidence that will climb down. That will go.
Raise up. One hand. One. Go. Don't go now.
Right. So something else also happened. This was last night, right? In Lagos, Oshodi, when train ran into a bus. I've been a bus ran into a train, and you know what will happen, right? But it was like dark in the night, so to say. Okay. So this happened. While you are busy with your dirty December in Nigeria, or you are doing it in Lagos, be careful. Be very careful in the sense that, you know, you have so many people on the road. That's like so many cars on the road, many bikes at the same time. So if you have to use their bikes or anything, make sure you use the helmet as well. Like, I know some of you probably have the phobia for that, for, you know, superstitious reasons, right? But how could a train eat a bus? Like, I'm still trying to figure that out, all right? But this scene from Oshodi last night.
See what they do. See what they do. I'm gonna go with that one, this man. I'm gonna saw this thing coming, bro.
Guess what? I don't mean to downplay their possible intention and good intentions, right? But situation like that, at the accident scene, most of those who are actually trying to help, they are not helping. They are there to rob you. Yeah. I have seen where people have Nigerians genuinely cared for accidental victims. Yeah, take them to the hospital, care for them and the rest of that, And I've seen where people have actually taken advantage of the same accidental victims, trying to look for their phones, trying to see for any valuables they could take from them. There's a man who told me his personal experience. He fell off the bike. It was a terrible accident, right? So it seemed that the bike man was already dead, right? And himself a little bit unconscious. Sure you get. But in the process, when they started hearing the shouts, the noise and all of that, and then the next thing is realized that somebody was actually struggling to take something from his pocket. You get what I mean? Like somebody's trying to turn him around. He's bloodied, he's got, he's broken a leg in that accident. But guess what? Someone was there and trying to take his phone. And in the process, it felt like he was dragging that with that person. He eventually lost that phone. They stole the phone, right? But this was somebody who was like crushed on the ground, right? Needed help, but rather getting robbed. It's crazy. So that happened at Oshodi last night. There is no update on the casualties and the rest of that. I shared that video with you because fair enough, it was in the dark, so you couldn't really see all the graphic, the blood and all of that stuff. So even Kolu yesterday, when they started the was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Yeah, when they started the Eyo festival. Lagos is buzzing right now. A lot of people are in the city and all of that stuff. A lot of parties going on and a lot of crazy things also will be going on. So Kolu advised those who are coming to Lagos, or maybe all of you doing your dirty December, to please do it without alcohol. Well, that made the news because people were like, what's he talking about? Do it without alcohol. Wow. Kolu, or maybe drink moderately.
Well, I'm happy for this great cultural remembrance and rekindle of our culture. It is a great honor to come back home, to meet our people ready, happy, healthy, for the celebration of Eyo Carnival in peace, harmony, love, brotherhood and sisterhood. We continue to pray to God Almighty. The coming Christmas will be a joyous one for every one of us.
Amen.
The coming holidays will not be a disaster for Nigeria.
Amen.
God will bless all of you.
Amen.
You stay in peace, rejoice in peace, dance in peace.
Amen.
No alcohol, no danger to anybody's life. Everybody is a member of this great family. ECO is making progress. Nigeria is making progress. It's a result of this progress. We are all rejoicing for this period. God will bless you.
Amen.
We bless Lagos.
Amen.
We bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Amen.
And I assure you, we will defeat banditry and terrorism.
Amen.
God bless you. Well, I'm happy for this. If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Here is a successful, again, a town hall, different from Bulaba.
So that's a call there praying for all of you to please celebrate with with sense. I mean, that's not bad. It's just that call. Some of you would like something more presidential, right? But it's Kolu. You just have to take him like that. The Ojo Bagogo of the Aso Rock. That's Kolu. his son is now the Okanlomo of Yorubaland, for your information. A few weeks back, right, the new Alaafin of Oyo made the news. And for what reason? It felt like his own authority was being usurped by the Ooni of Ife. Because Ooni of Ife picked this businessman, what have you, from Ibadan and made him the Okanlomo of Yorubaland. Alaafin won't have any of that. So he called him out and he said, that title of Okanlomo of Yorubaland is only himself that could actually give that out as the Alaafin of Oyo, but it's not Alaafin of Yorubaland anyway, because that Oyo are the real Yorubas. Therefore, the Alaafin is the only one who can give the title of Okanlomo of Yorubaland. Ooni of Ife could only make somebody Okanlomo of Ife. So the Otti was going on that it was ridiculous. It was like back and forth. Anyway, Ooni of Ife said, no, ignore that one. It's just a charlatan. Nobody kind of is interested in him. So the Okanlomo of Yorubaland appointed by Ooni of Ife, by this definition, is still Okanlomo Okanlomo of Yorubaland. So Alaafin decided to go a little bit, a notch further, right? So what did he do? He called the Okanlomo of Kolu, Seyi Tinubu, and told him, I'm going to make you the Okanlomo of Yorubaland so that, Ooni of Ife can know that I am the real Seyi guy. So Seyi is now the Okanlomo. Now, I don't know if we just have to be like, say, Okanlomo 1, Okanlomo 2. And I just don't know which one is 1, which one is 2. But the shocker, there were other people that Alaafin gave title to. Sure you get this, He also gave one to Yari. Yari is the former governor of Zamfara State. That criminal that is accused of controlling his own terror group too. Yari, the guy who wanted to be the Senate president under this Tinubu, but he got changed. He's got his own private airfield. He's been accused of being involved in the gold, the legal mining in Zamfara State, where he made his money, not when he was even governor. They gave him a title too. I don't want to bore you, okay? I put the whole thing together like this. Just for the record. The Okanlomo and Yari of Zamfara.
Can we now go back, please? Let's go back now. Your flashlight,
So it's up to you. Whoever you want to call the Okanlomo and whatever you, it's pretty much up to you. So finally, I should have probably shared this earlier, but yeah, it's still all right. Alex Otti, who addressed his own people in his own state, has decided to put everybody who have been projecting that he will soon join APC, right? That they will likely have to wait forever, because that's not going to happen. Otti.
Sonny Wankwo was asking when I'm going to defect. Sonny, I think I would delegate you to go and defect on my behalf. Since you seem to be very certain. And because you work for this day, for the nation, right? So go and clear the way. I thought I had answered this question before to say I'm not defecting. But Sonny wants to force me to defect. And I've now delegated him to go and defect on my behalf. Or are you already there? Waiting to receive me? You wait for a long time. All right. So, well, you know, people have their individual opinions. Their circumstances are different. So you don't just take a decision because somebody else has taken a decision. You know about Oke and Ngwere. Ngwere mamri Oke Soreyama Mri ko Ngwere Oga Oke Okwa. So we are not people who do things because other people are doing them. There must be sufficient legitimate argument to do a particular thing. That's what I believe in. So anytime you come with superior argument on why I should defect, mark the words superior argument. So Sonny, when you are ready with superior arguments, then we can now give you a date. But for now, if it is because my brother governors in Enugu, and you said Bayelsa, I thought Bayelsa left PDP. Has he joined APC? Has he joined? Okay, he's on the, okay, he, you know, Sonny has a way of predicting who is going somewhere. All right, so that would be my response.
Yeah, that would be his own stand. We'll see how the argument goes, right? And it was him as well who eventually admitted of, visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto. And they've turned that place now to their Mecca, by the way. Those who are going under the cover of the night, or those who are going, disguising until they get to the gate, and those who, mostly those who didn't want the media to know that they went. But still, right, they can't really cover it that much. They sentenced an innocent man to prison, and then they probably are now trying to find a way around of, ending it after satisfying, themselves, I think. However, Otti insisted that, well, they visited because he's from Abia State, he's his governor. He didn't disclose what they actually, discussed. But here, for record.
A message from one of you. It's a video by someone, I remember his name, where he was talking about my visit to Sokoto to see Namekano and berating me and saying all sorts of things. In the first place, that is the beauty of democracy. So people should hold their opinion, and we respect people's opinion. And that you hold a different opinion doesn't mean you are right. And one of the things he talked about was about my ambition after being governor. And I've said it before, I think sometime in October, when we were receiving the representative of the president. And I want to say it again, that by the time I'm done with governorship, I will retire. So I don't have presidential ambition, nor vice presidential ambition. I don't. I also don't have senatorial ambition. So when I finish with governorship, I came for a mission. When I'll give way to younger people. So I was talking of people presidency. I don't even understand what that means. I think if his thesis is based on that assumption, the assumption has collapsed because he won't see me on the ballot. But my children can come, your children can come. So it's also important that we know when to quit. When you have done what you have been asked to do, you clear, give way for other people. We've seen people here, after being governor, you want to be local government chairman. That's not.
So yeah, berating me, abusing me because I went to see Nnamdi Kanu. Well, it's democracy. You can say whatever you want. But that doesn't make you, right. It's a statement. So, brethren, there is one more. And just to let you know that severally on this platform, we've pointed out the fraud or the fraudulent practice that Tinubu and his gang have now introduced into budgeting and whatever in Nigeria. To the point that they're having 2-3 budgets in a single year to confuse the people, right? And then they mark their own exam papers, exam sheets, in order to give themselves a pass mark, while in reality, the country is in mess, right? But not to them, because they are seeing it differently. So today, the House of Representatives, they have now swayed to Tinubu's request, and that is to legalize the legality by moving the 2024 budget, 2025, they call it revised budget, 2024, 2025, move them to 2026, March 31st. So once they say, all the eyes have it, everything buried in those budgets, all the fraud and everything therein, right? They become legal. Yeah, they become legal. It simply means that if Tinubu and his gang, they've done nothing wrong. In the face of the law, they've not done anything wrong. Because when they have done so much wrong, they use the same lawmakers to legitimize it. I don't even understand what that means though, right? But listen to this.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members. A bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation, the total sum of 43,561,041,744,507 naira only, of which 1,742,786,788,150 naira only is for statutory transfers. 8,270,960,606,831 naira at 31 naira only is for debt service. 11,268,513,380,853 naira only is for recurrent non-debt expenditure. 22,278,780,968,673 naira only is for capital expenditure development fund contribution for the year ending 31st December 2025. Third reading. A bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 48,316,242,591,785 naira only, of which 3,645,761,358,925 naira only is for statutory transfers. 14,317,142,689,548 naira only is for debt service. 13,588,9,682,673 naira only is for recurrent non-debt expenditure, while the sum of 16,765,328,860,640 naira only is for contribution to the development fund of capital expenditure for the year ending 31st March 2026. Third reading.
Honorable colleagues, the two bills are read the third time and passed. The Leader of the House, please.
The two bills are read and passed. That's it. No one is going to go and look at that 14 trillion, 717 billion, clinical trillion, 1.something trillion. Nobody's going to look. They don't have to. It's their job, but they're not going to look. That's a waste of time. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, okay? I apologize that I have been pretty much like off and on these days, okay? So, yeah, it is what it is, okay? But thank you so much for turning up yourselves, all right? Every now and then, thank you. And I am going to see you another time. So, sister or our lady, Taiwo, thank you very much for the gift. Libabs, thank you so much for the gift as well. So to every one of you, thank you so much for your time. Please don't forget, like the broadcast, subscribe to the channel, share the broadcast if you haven't. And then we're going to see you again, even before Christmas. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and you should have a wonderful night to those of us at night already. Udaro.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari lẹ́nu.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Ìmọ̀ àìṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ìmọ̀ àìṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú Ọ̀tà ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.